Padre, 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 Padre.
You know, about a year ago, I started on this spiritual journey, plant medicine, getting in touch with my indigenous roots. And this led me into expressing myself in every single way that's possible, not only through painting visually, but as a child, I was really into making music and creating music. So found different ways of making music through tapping into the spiritual realm. And Krista Sound Bowl, much more than just these like wavy particular sounds that you get out of crystal. I believe that it's a surgical tool for the soul, and I feel like I've have my own way of using that tool in healing the souls that want to listen while I perform. And that's what just happened. I'm able to get certain frequencies that are able to move organs or go through your bloodstream and do different things for you. And I just let the spirit guide me. I'm not really forcing myself to do anything. I just freestyle like a rapper, but on the crystal balls. So I tap into that, and that's what just happened. And every time I've done one, the first one I did for the public was at RHAUS last year. I had people come to my studio, and it felt really good to get people through that way. So I offered myself up to do it here at the Rug Radio House, and Farouk was super down to do that shit. So he was there at the first one, and I figured that a couple people would be here at the second one, which there was, and a lot more. It feels good to just, do something different. My art's all about healing people. I want people to feel better or just kind of feel something.
So, may I ask you a question? So how do you integrate your art, your lifestyle with your spirituality, and does it come through?
Well, I think it just comes from naturally just inviting in the spirit by setting up doing things in a certain way. Whenever I paint, I just don't go paint. I make sure that I have this whole routine where I set up before I paint it, and make sure that it's not just me just throwing stuff around. There's this intention put behind it, and the intention of positivity and putting that into my work is prevalent, and that was easy for me to tap into meet my happiness and then put it into the work. So I think that's the way that I integrate is from learning from how to use my emotions in my artwork, to go and try new things like spirituality and see how I could integrate that into my work as well. So that's where I guess that's how that kind of happened. I just was able to go live these experiences, go to the jungle and do ayahuasca and do these things and take my experiences in the jungle or whatever and bring them back into the studio and develop them into something that I can share with others. So I can bring it back from that realm and share it in this realm that everybody lives in.
Todo lo que tengo es para ti. Yeah. Todo lo que tengo es para ti.
kind of NFTs came around, I was already doing digital art. It's part of my process. Not every piece, but a lot of my pieces start from a photo that I take, and I'll bring it back into my studio and rework it digitally and create a digital version of it. That way I can figure out colors and like all of these things before I even have to like mix them and put them onto a canvas and make a mess. On the computer, you have infinite colors. You can kind of try all these different things before you have to set it in stone. And that's just always been a part of my process. So it just kind of goes hand in hand. I don't think I choose one over the other ever. I mean, I take that back. I like painting more. Like I have more fun painting.
And so interesting. So you don't necessarily start with a sketch.
Photography, you know, I always had a phone. I took a photography class when I got into graphic design. I was in high school, and I didn't really take it too seriously, but I've always, you know, I just have an eye, and I think that with photography, having an eye is to capture moments. I like to work from life, so to get those references, you gotta like take a photo while you're in the moment to bring it back with you. So a lot of the photos that I'm taking now are like maybe sketches that I don't want to work so hard to like get the right anatomically correct fingers and all of these things. I'll take a photo just so I can get that stuff out of the way. So with that, my new thing is not like working myself to the tiredness, but when I'm in that state of mind, when I'm tired, to think about what I want to create. And a lot of my ideas do come in that state, right before bed. Just like, I just got an idea, I'll make sure I draw it so that I can go back to the next day and like flesh it out. And that's where a lot of these new pieces have come from, just like retiring at night, or I'm like thinking of something like what to do, that bored or whatever, don't want to go to sleep yet, and like, all right, let me make something real quick, and then wake up the next day and go make it in the studio. But I wanted to take my art and make clothes and design, you know, buildings, packaging, all these different things with my art. And to do that, you kind of use to have, you know, some understanding of digital artwork and how to create digitally in any sense.
So Andre, just the first part was kind of, how is it to manage an up-and-coming artist?
I think it's all in just, it goes day to day. I mean, with Cory, anything is possible. So I think it's just like when we wake up, what do you want to do today? You want to paint? You want to get your hands dirty, get into some clay? You want to go up to a design studio and go work with some people on some digital stuff? So I think it's all in what he's trying to do, what kind of idea he's getting out of his head, and then just trying to manage that and help him get that idea across. So it takes time, but I think that with the connections and the resources that we have, anything is possible. It's just a matter of, you know, getting it and actually doing it. So I don't know, it's tough.
And when it's your brother, how does that change? How does the relationship?
I mean, for me, I'm a hater. I can tell him like, yo, this sucks, and like he can take it how he wants, you know, like, because I'm close enough to him. Like it's easy to say, yo, like, I don't know if you should put this out, or hey, maybe you should change this, and he's gonna take it how he wants because he's his own person. And then, you know, he's older brother, so he might be like, yo, shut up, I know what I'm doing. But at least I could like give him my honest opinion about things, and because a lot of people, they just say, oh, this is cool, and you know, sometimes it might not be.
And between the two of you, kind of, how do you handle the collision between art and money?
I'm the money guy. I'm the one that worries about the money because I went to school for business, marketing and business management.
You know, being in the NFT space, and I'd had to think about finances. I had finances, you know, I have all these collectors, and they're expecting their artwork to, you know, not go down in price. With me as an artist, I want everybody to have my artwork. I don't want everybody to be able to enjoy it. I want, you know.
Brad, how have the challenges been during the bear market, like going through the bear and like?
You see, like, so it's the bear market, but then you see, you know, these sales that are going for whatever is still a lot of money. And you, as an artist, you're like wondering why people would think twice about buying artwork, like an actual artwork from an artist for that much money. You know, they're trading assets in a bear market that are, you know, speculative, and there's actual artists that have, you know, that are making a career for themselves, and you know, you could be doing the same thing with their asset or, you know, their artwork. And so I don't know. That's one question that always just comes up, and for me and for other artists.
What about your theory of transmission?
All right, that's a good one. Great theory of transmission is this painting right here. When I was first started this series, The Blue Faces, I was microdosing LSD, and it took me to a place where I was refining my craft to like a molecular level, and where that took me is figuring out why is this happening? Why are these feeling so good, and why am I getting the response that I'm getting? Why is this happening? And when I looked at why I create and why I started painting these new colors, it was to share my love that I have for these colors, for this imagery, and just my love in the form of artwork. And when I was painting this is my love for my brother. I'm lining up his hair, taking care of him. I'm grooming my little brother, you know, making sure he's ready for whatever we're about to do. I'm taking like a precision, like, you know, I'm taking care, like not just whipping it up. And that's the love I have. The care that I have is really strong, and that's like this theory of transmission is when my brother was born, he's 6 years younger than me. I was the first one to hold him. I got to go through life and experience things 6 years before him, and do a lot of things before him. And I share those experiences with him so that he can go through life knowing that and handle it with knowing what I know. And it's just this. And how I know what I know is from trying and jumping and diving in and trying all these different things, and developing these ideas and fine tuning, and then sharing my knowledge that I have with the next person so that they have a better experience. So I think that we all are participating in the theory of transmission in a way. It's just this theory of life and how we live and why you are evolving. It's like a spiritual evolution, how that they, whenever you know, are tired of a job and you want to go get a new job, you don't like where you're working or the career you're in, you're just like, oh, let me go try something new. Well, you're partaking in the theory of transmission because you're going to go through this process of, you know, feedback loops and trying new things and finding something that you like. And then when you find that thing you like, you're going to get really good at that thing you like, and you're going to fine tune it, and then you're going to evolve into this whole new thing, and you're going to go through that process again. That's what we figured out. All right, let me tell you about that. Let me turn on the lights and see what's popping over here. All right, so this is my Nike SB shoe collection, and it all started in high school.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine in high school, he was like a skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
He came to school always looking cool as fuck, and I had to ask him what his shoes were. And I was a skateboarder at the time, so yeah, he was. I don't even think I have the pair that he was. Oh yeah, I do. It's right here. I gotta get down to it. He was wearing this pair, and I was like, yo, it was really coolest shoes ever, and he wore them so cool, like he styled them so well, and I just couldn't. I was like, I gotta get those. So I couldn't find this pair, but what they do is they always drop like a bunch of different colorways, like all the time. So I just got whatever was out at the time. I forget. I think my first pair was the Money Cats. They're in here somewhere. I'll have to find them. I just moved all this stuff over here, but
That's
insane. Right, yeah, so that was like a skateboarder got me into it, and ever since then, like I was able to get like a few pairs in high school, just a couple pairs, like these ones here were one of the pairs I could get in high school. It's like my first pair. Right,
Well, they look new.
yeah, I got new ones like later on in life. My first pair I don't have anymore. I like skateboarded them and got rid of them and stuff. But I had to like revamp them. So this is like this started everything right here, low key, because I was once I became a little bit more successful in art, I was able to go buy this pair of shoe again, and then go buy all the other ones that I wanted.
So what's the price
at that time?
Let's do a price thing here.
So
how much was it? Then how much was it to repurchase?
Retail back in the day was like probably 200, 150, and I bought them for 300. Yeah, I bought them for 300.
And now what are they worth?
They're probably around the same. I don't know. These ones are kind of like a low key one. This style of shoe typically goes up when a famous like rapper like Travis Scott wears them. He has a few of them. Lil Yachty has a few pairs of these shoes. So it's kind of funny whenever these shoes start to go up in prices when they get a little bit more play from a famous person or anything like that. But I guess I'm trying to do that too.
That's it.
That's hefty. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, yes sir.
I like that.
What about you? You rhyme?
Kid Jet.
Kid Jet?
I'm a b-boy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I get down.
Popping, locking, windmilling,
Breaking.
Breaking.
Cooking a bunch of tacos today. So we got some chicken tacos, we got carne asada, we got a little bit of pork here, we got rice, Spanish rice, little mixed bean with jalapeno, and then all the fixings to go with it. It's gonna be bomb.
Our creators to own the narrative, to come financially free, to do what they love. Like that's what it's all about.
I was also asked to say a few words about the founders because they're really uncomfortable talking about themselves as you all know.